It is Chiefs playoff season here in the kingdom, in the heart of the kingdom in Kansas City.
Yeah, it's kind of more exciting because we have a game this weekend.
It's way more exciting.
Yeah.
What instead of sitting out, what was did you see your buddy Sam Sullivan's Chiefs commercial? Did you see that he contributed to one?
Oh, a new one?
Yeah.
No, I haven't had my phone for like the last couple of days.
They did the Chiefs released like it's like a fake Hallmark movie is how he described it.
Oh, awesome.
And it was basically just like this woman, she had a husband who was like didn't show up to the wedding because of a Chiefs playoff game, so now she doesn't like the postseason. So she's like a postseason Grinch, but she falls in love with somebody who loves the postseason. It's like in a Hallmark movie style. It's actually really well done. I thought it was hilarious.
That's awesome.
And I just saw on his like social media that he'd contributed to it, and I thought it was dope.
That's super cool. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, Mitch Holtis was. Yeah, it was great. It was really good. You should check that out. Chiefs playoff season though. It's kind of fun around here.
Mm-hmm.
So are we gonna win?
Yeah, I say we got the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I think weather's going to be on our side.
Yeah.
It's on nobody's side, but
yeah, tickets are cheap.
Yeah. Well, this reminds me the one of the first times they made the playoffs when we were in college. It was a huge snowstorm, and as we were driving back, we were updating them live, and tickets were like 600. 500, 400.
Just because the weather was good. Yeah.
And like the forecast kept on getting worse, and they got down to like $85 a seat.
Yeah.
And so there were 6 of us, and every time we'd get 6 seats together, like we'd hit checkout and somebody else had already purchased it.
Yeah.
So it was like, how fast can you refresh it? But then we purchased it, and like 3 hours later the storm turned and they jumped back up to like $400 a seat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. There was like this hour window where we caught it.
You were like riding the stock market for a second.
Well, we were actually stuck on I-70 with nothing to do because of the snowstorm.
Nice.
So we were all on our phones. But yeah, so same scenario. I'm not going to it.
Fuck no. I went last week and it was awesome. Or to the Bengals game a couple weeks ago and it was awesome. But we were tailgating in our car, just sitting there drinking and eating snacks in our car because it was so fucking cold. But like, it used to be Lamar Hunt would come out and like he would famously like circle the parking lot or whatever and just like say hi to the people,
That's
know,
pretty cool.
Be a man amongst the people. And so Clark does it now. So Clark was coming out and I didn't realize it, but he was like right behind us, like 12 feet behind us, and we were in the car. And but then we were in the bougiest parking lot ever. And like, I mean, we were 40 feet probably from the entrance to his stadium. And I was like, oh, that's great. He's doing his dead. And then he just went right back in. Like he only made about 40 feet from the entrance and then was right back in. It was pretty cold though. So yeah, it's going to be fucking cold out there, but people should go and get drunk and yell so that we beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's a great time.
I feel like everyone's confident that we'll beat the Dolphins. So am I. And then it gets hairy after that. Let's keep the Chiefs talk going in that there's some news around the stadiums.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So the veil of mystery has been lifted, and the Chiefs and Royals have made it pretty clear. If you extend the 3/8 sales tax, Jackson County, we're going to stay. Royals, we're going downtown. Chiefs, we're going to renovate at Arrowhead.
And I think specifically they mentioned the Kansas City Star building, or at least that.
I love that, because then it's right off the highway. Like, that gives me a hard on.
Huge space that, like, I don't think they're using that building in any capacity right now.
No.
I might be wrong, but
it
may have been converted somehow, but I don't think it's getting used.
And isn't one of those giant glass windows like boarded up every once in a while too? Like, that looks like that's a nice one.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I think that's a great location. It's going to be a pain in the ass for anybody living down there.
Oh my God, the traffic and congestion is going to be bananas.
And then the Chiefs would be, I think they would stay there and renovate the whole complex
and turn it into what everybody's been speculating that we're going to do for years, which is kind of what the Patriots renovated made popular in creating a whole Patriots town, essentially. Yeah. What if you had Zona Rosa, but it was all Chiefs themed and it was right next to the stadium? Well, that'd be fucking awesome.
That'd be awesome.
So
I think this is like best case scenario. I'm for it. I think the baseball is more fun when it's downtown.
Yeah.
And you give the Chiefs more real estate and cool shit. I'm all for that. And I'm all for them staying right there.
So do you think it'll pass? I guess is now the big question.
I don't know.
Sounds like you'll vote for it.
Yeah, I'll vote for it. I mean, I know we talked about it a little bit on another podcast. There's probably some sour voter opinions given the whole tax assessment or property assessment debacle.
Also, people who are going to the Jackson County Courthouse, have you seen this shit? Jen tried to do it recently with her personal property taxes. People like have an issue with it or they're trying to get it settled. So here's the system. You go to the Jackson County Courthouse in Independence. You cannot make an appointment. So you're supposed to text to get in line or call to get in line, and you can't call before 8:30 to get in line. And if you are like 10th in line, you have to like be there. So like, who knows if you're going to be 3rd or 300th in line. So you actually have to be at the courthouse kind of when you're calling. So now anyone who needs to do this has to drive to the courthouse, and they're all trying to get there by 8:30. Jen did this. Called at 8:30. They said that they weren't open yet. Called at 8:31, and they were out of like you could no longer get in line. All of the spots in line had been taken, and she sat on hold for 45 minutes. And I've seen this on Reddit. There's like lines of people, hundreds of people standing outside the Jackson County Courthouse trying to get in to do some kind of business with the county, and they can't. And apparently, looking in the comments, this is like an everyday occurrence. So I don't know what the fuck's going on in Jackson County, but like if you're a customer of Jackson County right now, there's no reason to be anything but pissed, it feels like.
Yeah.